Good morning. It's June 1st. Temperature's supposed to be 21 degrees today. That's 70 Fahrenheit. I knew that. So we're up on the roof of the bus today and we're going to install a couple of Fan-tastic vents. A couple of these things. So, at the front of the bus, I took a yellow string line and I put it to the middle of the middle marker light that's at the front of the bus. Then I put it to the middle of the hatch over there, which should give me center of the bus, because I want this in the center. Hope the wind isn't too much of a problem. Whoa, whoa. This thing wants to tip forward big time. What do you see? I can't even see what you see because it's so damn bright up here. So with the yellow line, the yellow string line marking my center of the bus, the opening I have to cut is exactly 14 inches. So I want to go 7 inches on either side. I want center that way, and I want center in between the two ribs. So if I go from there to there, approximately here is center that way. I might take it back just a little bit just to carve this out. This patch here was when I removed an old vent that was here before. So I just might do that. I just might carve this out again and then work with what I have. Instead of having exactly center, it's going to be close, but no. I need to have it farther that way because I have ceiling panels that I have to mount onto this. So I will have to cut this out. So 7 inches does get me right to the edge of this one. And another 7 that way. So very carefully, without knocking anything off to the ground. So that's the piece that has to get cut out. To do that, I'm going to use a jigsaw that's wrapped around your leg so bad it's not even funny. But first, I'm going to use a 1/2 inch bit and drill into the corners just to get through the steel because I'm not certain what's under here. I don't think I have any wires or anything under here, but just to play it safe, I'm just going to cut through the steel instead of pushing it all the way through. I'm trying to be careful where I step because I don't want to put too much pressure into the middle of the panel, otherwise the spray foam insulation could separate from the steel. plastic so it doesn't get too tangled around the legs here. Should have brought a cloth up here. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Now, which way does this thing open? This way. So, if we plant it in, who's not cooperating? Apparently I didn't make the hole big enough. Wait. There we go. Just nice and snug. That's the way it opens. So a little bit of cleanup. I'll be right back. I'll get a cloth, clean this up, and we'll continue on. Okay, we're back. So, a little bit of butyl tape. Actually, a lot of bit of butyl tape. I'm putting a second layer, maybe 3 layers. Because this has the extra layer of steel already, I want to make sure it's completely sealed. There it is. I just have to read the instructions really quick. I want to make sure the screws I'm using are the proper screws, not something I'm supposed to be using for somewhere else. So, just a second. So I didn't have the proper screws to screw this down with, so I'm just going to use these pan heads for now and screw down one in each corner, then I'll come back tomorrow with the proper screws and screw it in place. Okay, so that's all I'm doing for this one. And back, we'll go to the one in the back next. Hang tight. Sorry I didn't show the install of the second ceiling fan. It's just that it started getting really windy up there and the tripod was rocking a little bit. I got a little worried, so I had to shut off the camera. But inside, in the front, one ceiling fan. That's just the wind blowing it around. That's it on. The wind outside is making a sound. The wind outside makes it noisier than it really is. Then back here, way above the bed, we have the other one installed. So that's it for now. Hope you have a good one. Catch you next time. It's the next day, so I'm going to show you how I plan on hopefully sealing this thing fully. I have the proper screws this time around. I had to go home to get them. They're known as bugle heads because I have no idea. And they're self-drilling, as you can see on that tip. And I need that to go through this heavy gauge steel. The only thing I'm concerned about is the screw I used yesterday doesn't want to come out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Might be hard to see, but it's actually a thick. This one, the one I used yesterday, was actually larger. So I'm gonna have to keep this one in. So there goes my lid. To seal it, I'll be using silicone. Not caulking, latex caulking, but silicone. So since I pulled that screw out, I'll fill that up with silicone. Find that screw again. And tighten that down. Not too tight. The butyl tape is going to hold this in place. And the silicone, when I go to put the silicone around the edge here, that's going to hold it in place as well. I'll grab one of these other screws. Take the silicone and cover every single head and caulk around the very corner. And that's it. I'm done. Well, mostly. I'm going to come up here with, I should have grabbed the glove so I could smear this. I'll be right back. Okay. With any caulking, latex or silicone, you don't want to rush your finger very quickly. You'll cause ripples in the caulking. It's also really good. It's also good if you have just your finger slightly It's also good if you just lightly, like with a spray bottle, you put just a little bit of water on. That will help smooth it out a little bit if you're having problems. Quite honestly, I don't really care what it looks like up here. Nobody's ever going to see it. And it just has to seal to keep the water out. The reason I'm pushing it in isn't to make it look pretty, is because this way the silicone gets into whatever gaps or whatever spaces that it didn't get before. Like I'm forcing it into the corner, so I'm pushing it into any possible cracks. There, now I'm done. So that's it. That's all it takes to install one of these things. So that's it for now. Hope you have a good one. Catch you next time.